I think a lot of what he said was genuine.
I would agree.
You know, because when we talk about it, and regardless of what our chats and people that will say, like, oh, the Cubs aren't going to compete till 2026, that kind of stuff. Like, I think this whole time since we've been around, we've talked about, like, even, you know, March 2022 when we launched. It's still, like, we kind of said, like, it doesn't feel that far away from being a competitive ball club. Do they have to make, like, major strides in development or on the market, whatever? Obviously, but, like, this is 2 seasons ago now that we said, like, it doesn't feel that far away. And now we're here two seasons later, you know, almost making the playoffs. Now they've hired one of the best managers in the game. It doesn't feel that far away. So when he says that, like, I believe it. I believe when he's being genuine, saying, like, it feels close. Now, obviously, as you said, Cody, they haven't done anything to improve the roster yet. And if anything, like, they've lost some free agents that now the roster is in a worse place now than it was, you know, a month ago, right, when they had during the season. So obviously they have to do more than just sign Craig Counsell to be their new manager. But I think we sit here and, like, when he talks about Jed's vision and why it sold him on becoming the new Cubs manager, like, all that is real. And to me, it doesn't sound fake. It doesn't sound like just manager speak to get the crowd behind him. Like, it feels real to me. So
yeah, they
have a vision. They have to execute that vision. But when he says it feels close, I sat there and I believe it. I'm like, yeah, you know what? Because I felt that same way. I felt that it's close, or it feels close for a while now. And how they go about getting to that finish line remains to be seen. But if they continue on the trajectory they're on, like, saying it feels close it feels genuine. It feels like he genuinely feels that way.
The word genuine really hits home with it, because he openly said, when there were certain questions asked to him about, you know, how are you going to bring your success from Milwaukee to the Cubs and all this stuff, like, or there was even one question when they were like, have you reached out to any players yet and talked to them, you know, to try to get to know them, whatever, introduce yourself to them. I think he said something along the lines of, like, he has started, but he's doing it slow because this whole process happens so fast. And I like that he just openly admitted that, you know, he doesn't know a lot about the Cubs. And so it's a learning process for him. He could have easily sat up there and I guess lied or whatever, but the fact that he was transparent and open, I've sat on this set for 2 years and talked about how sometimes it feels like this organization just puts a blank face up there and says shit and doesn't mean any of it. That was one of the first times since this podcast has existed where I felt like he was pretty transparent. He was very genuine and open to everyone. And that, to me, when it comes to these types of press conferences that are, you know, put on by the organization and everything, these are the kinds of, this press conference was one where I genuinely sat there and was like, I can buy this. I don't have to talk myself into this only to be hurt 3 or 4 months down the road. You know what I mean? Like, that's probably my other big takeaway from this, was just it felt like he was, like Ryan said, genuine and just open to whatever is to come.
And he didn't deny the fact that he hasn't won in the postseason. You know, when people tried to kind of pump his tires with questions about, like, why are you so good? Like, what's made you so attractive? Like, he didn't get sucked into it. He was like, I don't know. Well, you know, like, he didn't want to take any of the praise, and it did feel very genuine.
We all silly like the mayor.